already know what it is. It's Barbershop Conversations. Hit the subscribe and the like button today.
Should I move? Are you guys, am I in your way?
Can we do this interview really quick?
Where's my purse?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Did I put my purse? Oh, there it is. Okay.
So, Kathy, you can sit down because you've been. So, is Salvin Barrera special or is he common?
I guess he gets to tell us that on Friday night. We're going to find out.
So, you have 2 fighters back-to-back nights, 3 potentially Hall of Fame promoters working together. Can you speak on how you guys put the card together and how it needs to be a truce and all promoters working together?
Look, I have no problems with Oscar De La Hoya and Eric. They're lovely people. I love working with them. Tom Loeffler, worked with him for many years. Never had a problem working with him. There weren't too many promoters that have problems working with him. But this event came together so quickly. We've been talking about Shabransky and Barrera since last May. We had agreed in principle to do the fight since last May. It was just a point of finding a date in which it could happen. And so finally this date emerged in HBO Latino. And as far as Usyk and Machunu, the moment I heard HBO was going to work with Usyk, I called up Peter Nelson and said, hey, I've got an opponent for him. And I know Usyk, as Tom referenced in the press conference, was trying to get a different, frankly, easier opponent for him for the first time out, and I certainly don't blame him. But that fell through, and the moment we found out there was an opportunity, got in touch with Usyk's trainer and manager, Sean Smith, and Sean said, take the fight. Just like that.
Now, at the face-off, at face value, it looks like Usyk has distinct advantages. Can you speak on, I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Tabiso Machunu.
Machunu, thank you.
He's a Zulu.
Can you speak about him as a fighter so fight fans can know it's his first time probably on a major network? Usyk's first time on a major network. Can you speak about your fighters, who he is, and his advantages that may cause trouble for Usyk in the ring?
Tabiso's actually fought on NBC, and he's fought on NBCSN.
He said that.
So he has been on major networks before, but he has been described as a cruiserweight Floyd Mayweather, and I think that's a pretty fair description. He is an amazing boxer. He's a southpaw and incredibly nuanced and talented boxer. So this is going to be a case where you've got the bigger guy who's got that advantage fighting a smaller guy who knows how to move and make it difficult and also can punch. So it's a really interesting fight for a fan, I think, to look at and contrast their styles and their abilities. And all credit to Tabiso, when this was offered to him, didn't ask how much am I getting. It was just make the fight, I want my title shot.
And last time we spoke in Vegas, you were on Heavy Hearts. Have you rewatched the fight?
Oh no, I can't look.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Why would I just depress myself like that?
Okay.
I'll just get angry again. I don't want to do that.
Okay, and I heard you speaking about the rematch, possibly June. I heard you speak. I don't want to. I know you're tired. So, rematch in June.
Oh, that's one date that's been discussed with me by HBO. I have not had any conversations with Rock Nation about that.
And how soon do you want immediate rematch, or would you guys consider one fair opponent, like you did the 3-fight deal with HBO, or you just want it right now?
Contract says immediate rematch. That's what we want.
Really? And now, does their immediate rematch means change in percentage, change of location?
All of the details like that were worked out originally. When Andre Ward got the opportunity to fight for 3 world titles, one of the concessions he had to make to get that opportunity was to agree to a rematch with Sergey Kovalev. The splits have been worked out. All that stuff is in there. The site is like the first time. Wherever the best financial opportunity arises, that's where we'll go.
Now, you said pay-per-view numbers are still being counted. I wrote the article 2 weeks ago where it said 160, 170, so you're up. You want to get above 200,000. Is that the goal?
Oh, I don't think we'll get above 200, but I think we're going to get a lot closer to it than people think.
Okay, now, 5 minutes. Okay, yes, thank you. What do you see, and since there will be an immediate rematch, what can we do as media, and what can you guys do as promoters to help propel this fight? Because you and I both know those 2 fighters in the ring is a special event.
Sure.
Yeah, can you elaborate more on that?
Again, Manny Pacquiao's first pay-per-view did 150,000 buys. Floyd Mayweather's first pay-per-view was against Arturo Gatti, who was then a living legend. and it was for Gaddy's title that Mayweather was fighting for, and so I think that did a little under 400. I mean, and those at that point, those two fighters were really well known. Here you had two guys who are still relatively new on the scene to the casual fans. The only way you're going to propel something in the world, especially of Facebook Live, into those kind of numbers beyond 200 is going to be when real casual fans start to get interested. So hopefully this fight, happening already, got their attention. Hopefully there'll be more hype and more talk about the next one. But I think we all have to recognize that unless the Facebook Live situation gets rectified, we are going to have a very hard time putting anyone on paper.
Can you speak on that, please? Because I have the same sentiment you have in terms of you deserve your money, I deserve my money as a media. Can you speak more so maybe this can be heard by Mark Zuckerberg's wife or girlfriend or somebody's auntie, uncle, please. No, it's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
Everybody in the music business has already gone out and made this argument, and yet if you look at the amount of money that is made, and for example, selling records and whatnot, is so much less than it was 2 decades ago. The fact is that automation, that the new media has changed everything. Content holders do not have the power they used to have, and that's just a fact. We have to figure out how to solve that problem. We're not going to make the new media go away. It was one thing when pay-per-view, when you had to watch it on a shaky stream that might have infected your computer, and you might hesitate to do that. So you have your friends over. You're going to pay, right? Now I can put Facebook Live on my TV. I know how to do that. Okay, if I can do that, I can't.
Now Instagram is live now too. Now.
How do we hire companies to take these feeds down? We were satisfied we took down every feed that night. The problem is we were 3/4 way through the fight before it came down. Facebook they were working with us, but they just react too slowly, and that's a problem. The first few fights that are happening in the Facebook era, frankly, Terrence Crawford's fight was probably the first, and people didn't realize. That's one of the reasons the numbers on that so disappointed. The next one being Canelo's last fight, which again, it's Canelo, but still didn't do the numbers they were projecting. Every single fight in the last, certainly since Facebook Live went up, has been done way under. So if we end up 10 or 20% below, when you consider what we were up against with the NFL's down 27%.
Yeah, absolutely right.
We had Aram with Top Rank with a show 2 weeks before ours on pay-per-view. We had no fights on HBO or any other network in the months leading up to the fight where we could promote our event. You put all that together, and Facebook Live throw that in. If we missed our number by, I think, less than 20%, we did pretty damn good. I don't know that's a failure. But we're all going to try to figure this out. But I really think that the solution is not going to be how do we protect the pay-per-view feed. I don't know that it's possible anymore.
Now, without mentioning names, if you ask me, I'll tell you off camera. But someone from HBO said that Sergey Kovalev needs to go try and convince Adonis Stevenson to go get his belt and then come back and get Andre Ward. Do you think that's is that possible?
I think Andre Ward committed to an immediate rematch, and that's what we want to do.
Okay, lastly, how's Sergey Kovalev doing? You got 2 fighters this weekend.
Yeah.
How's main events doing? Just encapsulate everything, and then she'll gladly take you.
We're let's see. Well, we've got 2 guys stepping up, both probably underdogs, and both coming to win. So it's always exciting, and we are hopeful. Of course, I'm proud of both of them. I really am. They dare to be great. They took the challenge. They stepped up, and this is what boxing's supposed to be. We're fine. And as I said, we licked our wounds a little bit, and we're not happy, but we move forward, and we are working very hard to make the next fight happen.
Thank you.
We'll see.
Will you ever watch the fight? Will you ever watch Ward Kovalev?
Maybe after Sergey wins the rematch.
Thank you, Captain. Appreciate you.